Hello, my name is Uchechukwu Moses Chiemeze Emmanuel, and I'll be talking about the memoir which I read, The Reason You Walk by Kinew. The Reason You Walk by Kinew. So I'll start by giving an introduction about Kinew himself. So Kinew is an amiable leader. He's an educator. He's an artist and now a politician. Yeah. So he's an amiable leader, educator, artist, and now a politician. And the story basically centers around his journey alongside his father towards healing and reconciliation. Now, why healing and reconciliation? His father, Tubasina Kut, who is also an indigenous leader. Yeah, Tubasina Kut was an indigenous leader, but had trauma due to the fact that he was one of the survivors of residential schools due to colonialism. So his father had his own trauma. And just to go dive into the summary of the story itself, Tubasina Kut and Kinew went really close to even go on reconciliation journey or get along. So they had a lot of friction among themselves because one, Tubasina Kut had trauma and couldn't be the ideal father figures towards Kinew at an early stage in his life. So he carried trauma and pain he was trying to strive to overcome. And Tubasina and Kinew himself, Kinew at an early stage didn't make wise decisions as well. He had addiction issues, he had identity issues too. So they had their own problems, but he dawned on Kinew himself, the son, to reconcile with his father, to be able to help him forgive, heal, and move forward, right? When he found out his father was severely ill. So they began the journey of reconciliation and healing alongside each other during that period. And unfortunately, his father ended up passing on later on. But the journey was quite successful, and his father had the trauma, but he was able to let go of the pain he was carrying. So it's not only personal. The story is not just only personal about Kinew's life, but you could see how he connected to his indigenous culture, where you can see how the indigenous people who carry trauma and survival are relentless and strong, that was his father's case, relentless and strong, despite carrying trauma and pain. But something I took out of this memoir so much was the fact that he kept on emphasizing about his culture, his ceremonies. It was not like other memoirs that just focused on himself, but he linked it up to his culture. He linked it up to the indigenous community. He used his indigenous languages. He used their outspoken words. He used their ceremonies as well to convey an idea and give us the image of the picture he was trying to create. So, but there were also reflections I took from this as myself, which was first forgiveness. There were two, forgiveness and choice, but I took first forgiveness. So forgiveness for me was due to the fact that father had this lot of stuff going on around him, and his son accompanied him as well to go through the trauma and pain. His father was still able to let go of the pain because he acknowledged that, look, I've been hurt, I've been pained, and the people that might have done this to me don't even remember they've done it to me, or I'm just the one carrying the full pain. But I'm not saying that you have forgotten about it, but I have to let go. And it makes me reflect on how several times in our lives people hurt us because it's human beings that hurt us, and it's very difficult for you to let go. But unfortunately, you have to also know that they don't know what they've done to you if you don't tell them. And most times if you tell them, they might not feel it as much as you feel it. So you're the one carrying the pain, you're the one carrying the burden, even when they were the ones that offended you. And forgiveness is the biggest peace anyone can give to themselves. It gives you peace of mind. Doesn't mean it never happened. It just makes you be at peace towards yourself. And that's something I took out of that. Next will be choice. Kinew's journey, you could see that he made a U-turn in his life. He didn't give the excuse of, his background, his father had trauma, to just keep living a bad life. He made a U-turn. I mean, he's having a successful career. And he didn't say, my father did this, my father did that. So I took this as, in anything in your life, right? There's no excuse for bad behavior. Yeah, we all have scars behind our back, but it doesn't give anyone the right to step on another person's right. We all have to also comport ourselves and also have to remember that we are dealing with human beings as well. A conclusion to this will be, we have to always keep remembering that reconciliation is something that will keep being ongoing. A lot of people have been hurt, especially in the indigenous communities in the past, and it's down to us to get in mind that, look, these people need our help, and as much as we also need their help. Thank you.